but I can't break the rules.
You already.
Looks like they got their colors on.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Capital City Soccer Complex. I just stepped on my my cord here. Welcome back to Capital City Sports Complex. Game 2 of the semifinals in the second Oregon Open Cup semifinals. The first match that was won by PDX FC 2-0 over Peronis. This is the other semifinal. The winner of this game will face PDX in the championship game coming up sometime next week. This match is between OVF Alliance. They won last week. They won over Nerit 5-1. And Epuerto Paisas, they won last week, probably the most exciting match of the tournament so far, when they beat Oregon Football Club 5-4. They won that game on penalty kicks to get that win. I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Working with me, Steve Storlie, our color analyst. This is a production of Oregon Sports Beat and our producer, Ryan Johnson. Well, we got a chance early on. I want to tell you about the Northwest Futsal Derby. That's the first annual Northwest Futsal Derby, August the 15th in Portland. It's the best futsal teams in Oregon and Washington. They square off in an outdoor setting to crown the regional champion. For more information, you can go to www.oregonsportsbeat/NWFD. Steve joins us in the booth. He was down there getting the lineups. We all set, Steve?
We are. We've got some uniform changes with Peronis, but we'll do the best with that. Paisas, excuse me. Puerto Paisas. Thank you.
Okay.
But OVF, I've got a starting lineup. If you want to announce it for us.
Let's see. Okay.
Fresh from the coach, Logan Hoffman.
All right. Here's the starters for OVF Alliance. In goal will be a familiar name, Roman Gabriel. If you're at all American football fan, Roman Gabriel was the quarterback for the Rams back in the 70s. Sam Tweeden, number 6. Number 7, John Sarna. Number 8, Nicky DePoint. Number 9, Nicholas Ballinger. Number 11, Carlos Reyes. Number 14, Tommy Case. Number 17, Osvaldo Ramirez. Number 24, Avery Whipple. Number 28 is Timur Zavidzi, I think that's right. And number 30 is Igor Habenya. And their head coach is Logan Hoffman. Assistant coaches are Ben Koski, assistant coach Brian Gary, Ernesto Aguilar, and Jacob Butler. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have our lineup for for Paisas?
I do. It's going to be best efforts. We had a couple of roster changes last minute.
Okay.
And it looks like starting Kofi Desau, Brian Tapia, Joshin Jones, Nick Hetzel, Moses Mannon, Kingsley Armagh. Last minute change, your number 10 was Mahad Kalani, very good player, Syrian player, but it was changed out for Miguel. We have a new player to keep an eye on, a Brazilian named Marcelo.
You got to be wary of Brazilians that only have one name.
Kingsley
Pele.
Kingsley Aman is number 4, not number 7. And Moses Mannon will be playing at the number 7. Number 10 is going to be Miguel. Juan Martinez will be number 19. Marcelo number 8. And number 17 is Godinho. These guys are mostly from the Hillsborough area and a handful of other places, a few in Portland, some international players. This is going to be a very interesting matchup of some very technical players who haven't spent a lot of time together, just entering the tournament, hoping to use experience and quality versus a very, very well-organized team that Logan Hoffman put together, which is your OVF team. They have a lot of chemistry. We'll look today for some key things. Is you'll see John Sarna, number 7. It looks like the big man. They'll play through him. The target player up top. They'll let Avery Whipple dictate the tempo. I talked to Logan Hoffman before the match. He said they want to, because they have open subs and they have 20-plus guys deep, they have many players. They're going to try and rotate a lot of players and give a lot of players time because they have utilizing their depth. They're going to try and set the tempo. Last game they pressed very high very quickly, and then they're looking for their danger man, which is Timur Zavidze, Russian Georgian player who scored 2 beautiful goals in the last match, coming off the left wing, making a nice diagonal run and getting behind center backs. Watch him. He takes all their free kicks or restarts and is very dangerous, can strike a ball. I think we'll see some big things out of him, but this will be a good game. Very well organized team in OVF versus Puerto Paisas.
I'm going to rely on you for the Paisas numbers on their players and stuff because I don't have that roster, but I do have OVF, and we'll go over that. The last 5 years I've done a lot of high school soccer, particularly in the Valley and on the coast, and I recognize a lot of players on both these teams.
Oh, you do? Okay.
All right. Interesting story. One of the players on Paisas is Brian Tapia, and the reason I know him is I did the soccer games for Newport High School.
Okay.
First 2 years they won the state championship. That second year, at the end, they had 10 seniors graduate.
Wow.
The next year they didn't have much talent, and Brian Tapia carried that team all the way, got them to the state playoffs. They didn't win again, but a very impressive player. Yeah. John Sarna for Alliance is a player I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, he's got great feet for coming in at 6'4", 6'5". He does a great job of running and pressing offensively. He's always trying to find the ball, whether he's tracking and pressing defensively, offensively. He's everywhere. For as big as he is to cover the ground, he does. He's got a nice, soft, simple touch, connects other players. I enjoyed watching him play in the last couple matches.
All right, the winner of this game gets PDX FC in the championship match. If you look down there, the Epuerto Paisas, they are in the black uniforms with the white letters. OVF Alliance, they are in the white uniforms with the black letters. We'll be able to spot the numbers for both teams this game. Should be an exciting game. Both these teams scored 5 goals last week. Alliance only gave up 1. Paisas gave up 4 in regulation and won the game in penalty kicks.
Well, again, keys to the game will be OVF is a very well-prepared, practiced team that has chemistry versus the technical talent and the experience of a number of players with Paisas.
And there's a foul right off the bat.
Yeah, nice long through ball, testing the back line. Center back comes up, tries to win the ball, and then they're in a shooting position right now. So this is a dangerous spot. You're coming out at 4 yards, and with the wind, you're going to try and bend one in and test this back line, right? Test this keeper right out of the gate. Number 10 looks like taking the shot, and that is Miguel.
Paisas moving from our right to our left. This is the penalty kick for Paisas. Alliance in the white uniforms, and they'll move from our left to our right. Roman Gabriel in goal for Alliance.
So number 10, Miguel for Paisas, is try and bend one through those gaps. See if he can get the keeper to misdirect it, maybe get something.
There's the kick, low.
Ooh, that could be a handball. It is a handball.
It went into the wall, and it was a handball.
Handball on Paisas, they're his own player.
Mm-hmm.
He just tried to get out of the way, and referee gets it. OVF tries to counter quickly. Great switch out into the wing.
Very tall goalie for Alliance. Much shorter goalie for Paisas.
Sure, Alliance is going to have your prototypical keeper, big wingspan. But I think of Jorge Campos, who played for Mexico. Not a big guy, but an amazing shot stopper. Played in the World Cup. Size doesn't mean everything. Sometimes it's just making making saves.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
That's the case.
OVF Alliance, we'll call them Alliance during the course of the game. Epuerto Paisas, and we'll call them Paisas.
So early on, Paisas is going to set up in a 4-4-2. Just try to feel out and absorb the pressure of the speed and the technical ability of.
And on goal, the shot wide right.
Beautiful through ball, but they're going to try to absorb that what you just saw is the ability to build through the gaps in Alliance. Nice breakthrough, nice ball, and good idea on the finishing, just mishits it over the bar.
Gabriel's going to come out. Now back up. Take that on the kick. Alliance starts forward. No score, just underway. Second semifinal action here at the Capital City Soccer Complex. The Timbers U23 team plays here. I'm sorry, practices here.
So watch key guys to watch number 24 for the Lions, Avery Whipple. Very, very skillful midfielder who played at a state championship Corvallis, I want to say, as well as
not only played there, he was the Gatorade State Player of the Year.
Oh, was he? Okay. Then you throw in he's done a great job down at Pacific. Watched him play a number of games, and he can really control the tempo. That's an offsides. Nope, he calls that on.
Got away with shoving a player down there.
Gaps are too big, Sam. Close the gap in the kind, please.
So Paisas going to throw balls in the wings over the top. They're going to look to play. It looks as if they're playing pretty direct. They're going to come right at you. They're not going to back down. That last team we watched parked the bus in front of the goal. This team is attempting to, sort of stand in there and swing with you, right?
Alliance forward. And Paisas takes it away, sends it out. My first thought looking down in this game is this game looks way more offensive than the last game.
Right, the tempo's picked up. Both teams are attacking. You've got calls him on sides.
No offsides, and on goal, there's a shot. Oh, in the corner, not a very hard shot.
Yeah, John Sana would want that one back. It sort of bounced right before he hit it, and he was unable to finish it where he wants to. But good run nonetheless, and now we have Paisas trying to break out. What I like about this Paisas team is they're not afraid to attack. They're trying to play through Kingsley Armagh, the big number 4, as a target man. He's got pace. I think we might see him get in some gaps today. We'll see. But now if you look at Alliance, they're being patient, spreading the ball around, trying to build through the lines.
There's the ball forward. Can't get a leg on it.
Offsides.
Offsides. Number 30 who came forward for Alliance that time, that is Igor Hobenya, and he's from Ukraine.
Yeah, both teams sharing international players, which brings in different styles to play, different approaches. It's the job of the coach to get those guys all on the same page, playing the same way.
Alliance, their youngest player is 18. Their oldest player is 26.
Oldest player being the guy that scored 2 great goals and 2 goals last week on his birthday, Tamir Zavidzi.
Right.
Dad was a Georgian, but keep an eye on him in the back door. He loves to cut across that's dangerous. I don't know what that center back's waiting on.
Right in front.
Normally you wouldn't see a center back juggle. He'd put that up somewhere in the grandstands. We have a good crowd today, though. If you look across the field, it's getting warmer at 4 o'clock here, probably 80 degrees, a slight breeze, but we got a nice crowd over there. Socially distancing the best they can with masks on.
Timur Zavidzi he goes to Corbin College. I mentioned he's the oldest player, 26.
Yeah, he banged a lot of goals in for those guys, Dave. He had about 35 goals plus, I want to say. And at any level, NAI, D3, D1,
Right.
D2, that's a lot of goals.
Exactly.
He's a natural finisher.
Paisas on the left wing.
Gotta get the ball in play, White.
Habenia with a good defensive job there on the side. The throw in.
Handball. Handball.
Coach calling for a little handball off of number 4, Kingley's Armagh. He doesn't get it.
Are these the same refs from the first game?
No, they're not. New crew.
New crew, okay.
New crew.
Shift Sam. Shift central.
Could be the linesmen are new, or same guys usually, but they'll usually bring a new center in. It's actually, or they rotate. I believe the center of the last match is now your lines person here. They switch roles.
Okay. 2 45-minute halves. We'll take a water break at about halfway each half. Habenia, number 30, sends it forward. Paisas with a couple of dangerous passes, and Alliance comes up with the ball. Those voices, we have crowd mics, and they're directed right at the two coaches. Two goals in the last game for PDX, one in each half. One at the 31-minute mark and one at the 60-minute mark.
9 minutes in. Thanks. We're 9 minutes in.
Okay. We don't have a clock on the field, so we're the unofficial time. The official time is the referee out there.
So the ball's sort of bouncing around. Both teams are trying to establish possession. There's a good idea, but with the wind, it's hard to drive that ball in the wind on a through ball, hitting the striker, making a run. Nick Ballinger, I believe, had a goal last week. He worked very, very hard to try and find gaps in space, sprinting all over the field. But
Number 9 for Alliance, Nick Ballinger.
Paisas has shown a lot of heart defensively. They're not giving up anything. This is going to be a real dogfight. Both teams are defending hard. The question will be, to me, is can Paisas keep this pace versus OVF? Do they have the depth in this heat and with masks on to sub and go punch for punch with OVF? OVF's got depth. You're going to see Logan Hoffman. I asked him before the match, is he going to use those? Is he going to use numbers? He said yes. He's going to take advantage of the opportunity to make unlimited subs.
I spent 38 years as a lawyer, and I enjoy watching some of these players plead their case to the referee about fouls and all kinds of things, and the theatrics that go with it.
Well, there's no shortage of drama and theatrics in soccer. There's
Right.
definitely a stage out there. It's a green one that they like to get up on and perform. And,
Exactly.
if you're an attorney, these guys are all pleading their case to the judge. Some better than others.
Exactly.
My favorite is when someone absolutely hammers somebody, a bad foul, and then they seem so shocked that
Right.
they get called.
Me?
What happened? I did nothing.
Gabriel jumps up that time.
And that's where a big, tall keeper can come out and pick those balls right out of the air. That's very important.
Drop, Igor! Stop arguing for it! Just drop and play!
And that ball sent back in the middle. Gabriel.
Move the ballroom in!
Number 8, the Brazilian Marcelo would like that one back. I think He had an idea, just didn't technically come off where he wanted to go.
You can see Alliance wants to be very aggressive. Gabriel that time came up with that ball and he kind of walked around for a second with it, and the coach was yelling at him. Let's play.
I like the way Paisas is sitting in their defensive shape. They're putting pressure at about the halfway line, and they're asking the other team, okay, let's see you guys try and beat us over the top. But they're putting numbers, and their defensive shape's excellent. They're defending, each player's defending his allotted space, and they're beginning to frustrate actually OVF quite a bit, and they might catch them on the counter.
That ball will go all the way back.
OVF would like to, Alliance would like to play out of the back, and they're trying through Avery Whipple. But at the same time, when you put like what we're looking at, 8-10 guys just in the same space, you're going to have to hit some surgical passes to break through. There's a great run by Tamir.
Ball goes through. Alliance forward towards the middle and knocked away by a defender.
So that was a beautiful run by Tamir Zvidzi. He actually showed the defenders if he's going to the ball. The guy's feet got frozen, then he made the nice slanted run through and broke through, stayed on sides, and cut a beautiful ball back from the end line. No one was there, but
Midfielders!
crafty play nonetheless.
Right, the runs are there!
Savitzi, the offensive player to watch for Alliance. He's number 28. Igor Habenya still with the ball, knocked away.
Good tackle.
Good. Good stuff, Frankie.
Goal kick coming up for Paisas.
Paisas has shown a lot of experience. They're not making mistakes, taking their time, trying to target players. That's very gutsy to play a 6 tight in there. There's obviously some quality and confidence in this group. I think what you're seeing out of Alliance is just a little more pace and a little more fitness and organization. The number 9 does a good effort to try and get behind him, but unlucky. But I like this Paisas team. They're trying to play. This is going to be a tough game.
I was just going to say these teams look very evenly matched.
Yeah, very even. The tempo is very similar. I think we're going to start to see someone fade in the fitness as we get into the 60th minute. We're not there, a long ways away from that. We're only about 15 minutes in. This game may come down to just one mistake. One player has a missed touch, one player misreads something, or someone scores a really important big goal.
My thought in the last game was this game's going to be more than 2-0.
Right.
My thought in this game is this game might be 1-0.
There you go. I'd have to agree with you, Dave.
Alliance with the ball forward. They've had a couple of passes that went through that were really good.
Well, you can see that there's a foul. Paisas is doing a good job of just setting their pressure line just inside of Alliance's half, putting 10 guys between, saying, okay, there's no room here to play. Let's see what you can do.
Right.
And that forces the back line of Alliance to try and throw a through ball, which they pick, and then they come back and counter.
Free kick, Paisas, right near midfield.
Actually helping out with coaching duties is the normal captain, the Syrian player, Kalani. Usually plays he's one of the better players for Paisas. He's hurt, and he's actually taking up more of a coaching role for Paisas today. They're really missing him. He's a wonderful ball handler that they play a lot of their play through. And that's the secret to a tournament, is have depth and sometimes youth and to get you through.
Corner kick coming up for Paisas. Low driving kick in the middle. And a collision of a player down.
next opportunity.
So Kingsley goes up for a header and
Well, yeah,
plays through the defender. The referee gets it. You got to play straight up. You can't run through a player. You have to go straight up on a header. You can't run through and hit a player. Here comes those subs we're seeing out of Logan Williamson.
Yeah.
Alliance, a couple of subs headed in.
Camilo
Let's see. Avendano, yeah. And 2 is Max Brummer Hayes.
Max is, I'm surprised he didn't have him out there. He is a presence in the air. Had a nice goal, I believe, last week. He's about 6'3", 6'4", and prototypical center back. I think they're bringing him to match up with the big Kingsley player, make sure that they have a defensive, defensive counter to him.
Broken up by Paisas in the middle, but Alliance retains possession.
Very dangerous ball to try and play a driven ball square or straight across the field, especially with them playing 4 or 5 guys.
Ballinger, number 9 for Alliance, he played at Willamette. The bio I was reading on him says he has 7 international caps for the U.S. team.
That's amazing. I'm a former Bearcat, meaning I coached down with Jim Tersey, the men and women's team, back in the 90s. Prior to that, coached at a Division I school called the University of South Alabama, and played and stayed down there for years.
In University of Portland names, Jim Tersey would be a legend.
He is. He's a good friend. He has a very successful soccer business and still coaches at Lewis and Clark. Was one of the more winningest coaches.
Inside, and Gabriel comes out and takes that away.
It's a great run by Kingsley. Unluckily, it just doesn't bounce his way. Kingsley Armand has a nice opportunity there, just can't get on the end of it. Keeper does a good job to identify and come out and pick it off using his size to pull that out of the air. You hear the coaching staff from Alliance say, "Hey guys, let's pick up the tempo. We have the numbers, we have the skill. Let's play faster and let's see if we can run more defensively, press harder, but also offensively. Let's let the ball do the work. Let's the ball move quicker, and that's how you get a change of tempo." But I've been impressed with Paisas. They're absorbing that, and they're creating opportunities, playing a little more direct than instead of building through the feet, as you see with Alliance. But they go straight to goal, and they're threatening. They may get one of these breaks.
Free kick coming up for Alliance.
So let's look to see if this Tamir Zavitsi has a go here. He's setting it up as if he is. He hits a knuckling ball that drops right at the last minute and bounces. And then we'll see if John Sarna can follow up. But I'm betting he's going to have a shot here. He hits what's called an in-step drive, where the ball flies over the first 2 players and then it dips at the last second. He may target John Sarna, big giant head back there.
Here comes the kick.
There's a great strike.
Low driving kick. Just missed getting it inside that time to Sarna. Paisas down the left side.
So the longer that you wait on a counter like that, you see how many white jerseys collapse inside, and fair play to Coach Logan Williamson. He's got his guys recovering defensively to the middle of the field quickly. And when you do that, you just start clogging lanes and passes, and you kill a counter pretty quick. And that's a very well-coached, organized team that recognizes where to recover to and how and why and how fast.
The coach yelling at somebody. He said, "Pick up the pace. You want to get subbed?"
Yeah, he's saying everybody out here has got to run and put your shift in. We've got numbers, and we want you to all run. There's no taking a break. And when you
don't get frustrated, just solve the problems.
Gabriel sends it forward.
Playing through Avery Whipple is going to bring it out. find a man. Unfortunately, his head goes down. The player moves somewhere else, and he gets dispossessed. Now he'll have another look at it. Great ball by Tamir Zavitzi. That could be a foul. Nope.
No foul.
Stop, Nate. Keep him there. Keep him
Throw
there.
in for Paisas.
So you can see that Paisas is holding 3 guys high, playing, 4 in the back, and sometimes they'll throw another guy forward out on the wings. So it's really breaking into what's called a 3-4-3. But when you do that, it creates chances. You're pushing people forward. You're saying, hey, you swing at us, we're going to swing right back and punch you in the face.
Alliance. They've got numbers forward. There's a ball in the middle, and off the foot.
John Sarna.
Off the foot of Sarna, couldn't get it on goal though. Nice centering pass.
Yeah, great run and well hit ball right into the pathway from Nick Ballinger to John Sarna. But it's when it's windy like this, it's bouncing. It's hard to get on the end of those. The defender ends up getting a touch, and referee calls a corner. Now we're going to see if John Sarna, this is where they're going to drop the ball right on top of him. Nope, doesn't get there.
First corner kick of the game for Alliance. Back to the goalie, Roman Gabriel.
So if you see, Alliance is trying to really stretch the field wide. They're trying to create space in the midfield for your target players like John Sarna, Avery Whipple. Tamir Zavitzi's come into the middle of the midfield. I don't know if that's by accident. But what they're trying to do is stretch out, create space to play through the midfield. There's a ball through the midfield. They got to keep possession. That's a dangerous pass. Lucky it wasn't dispossessed there. You
Exactly.
Never want to lose the ball in the dead middle of the field in your own end. Center back does a great job of stepping up. And here we go. We're off to the races. I love this Ballinger guy's work ethic. Nicholas Ballinger. He runs everywhere, never quits. Doesn't get the touch he wants, but he's always presenting himself. He's always running options, giving the midfielders choices. I think that's your drink break there, Dave.
I think you're right. We're at the halfway mark of the first half and no score in this game. Well, wait a minute. Maybe not.
Looks like just a sub.
Just a substitution, right. I thought the players were coming off. So we've probably got a couple more minutes, maybe till a water break.
"25 minutes in. We got 20 minutes to go in the half, or they're going to, or maybe they bypassed a water break. Maybe they forgot.
Well, sometime last week they took most of them. I think one time they didn't, but
heck, I'm thirsty and I'm not even playing. Note to self: we get a beverage sponsor next year.
And the coach continues to yell at Gabriel to get rid of the ball.
He wants the game to play at a faster speed, and the longer the goalkeeper stands on it, what that does is slows the tempo. So he's saying, look, trust your players, get the ball out to your players' feet, and let's start playing. Let's attack. Because the longer this game goes, for a team that's possession-based, the longer it goes against a team that likes to play a little more direct and attack with quicker pace, the more that plays into the favor of Paisas. Nice touch by the Brazilian.
Wynn got that ball on the reversal of the field pass. Habenya, Igor down the right side.
Back.
5 offside.
Yeah, nice build. They played through the top of the D, through the lines, and try and play a little ball tucked behind. Striker makes a good run, just the ball was a little late, a little slow, and he was in an offside position. Good call by the lines person. And
Wow, a header up over the line, over the transmission line.
looks like they brought in Oscar Roja up top, see if he can do something. Ballinger's going to keep working.
Alliance with the ball. No score in this game. Second semifinal, the winner of this game will play PDX FC for the championship, the second annual Oregon Open Cup.
So this is where on a corner they're looking to find Kingsley. Maybe get a ball, avoid all the big defenders in the box. See if they can get a ball that drops out to the top of the 18 and get a quick drop down and knock. It's a bent ball to the near post. He mishits it.
Corner kick that time and just was mishit.
Squandered opportunity there. I think what Coach Logan's going to ask them is, guys, look, there's a lot of standing around. And while we're letting the ball do the work and build, we can do more movement off the ball. We can play the ball quicker. We want to pick the tempo up. There's a good big switch by Avery Whipple right in the pathway, and they draw a corner out of it. Nice ball by Avery Whipple. Beautiful recognition of seeing that player on the wing making a late run into the corner.
Corner kick coming up for Alliance. Corner kick from the left side.
So watch Max Berner Hayes here. He is a big target, number 2. He's the guy that Tamir Zavidzi is going to try and bend the ball to him right at the 6. There it is. And, oh boy, keeper drops it.
Went straight to the keeper, and the keeper dropped it. That's a dangerous play.
And the coaching staff of OVF is saying somebody's got to take advantage of that mistake.
Right.
I just don't think anyone expected it. So player goes down, referee plays on. Normally, when a player's on the ground, that's called dangerous play. You should actually stop the play to avoid the player getting stomped on. But fairness to the OVF player, he tried to work around him, and they played on. Great turn by the Brazilian.
Paisas forward. There's a ball. It comes down in the middle. A shot. Gabriel dives on it.
So that was started by Marcelo, number 8, the Brazilian. He turned the player, hit a nice ball into the mixer. Player lays it down his chest, right into the stride of the striker. Striker should have done better with that. Keeper makes a good save.
Not much on the ball. Gabriel did make the save, though.
But a very dangerous play, nonetheless. Well orchestrated.
Along the sideline, right near midfield.
For a team that just got thrown together in Paisas, they have a lot of talent and individual talent, and there's a lot of experienced players you can see that understand the game and are getting better as they play together more minutes.
This game started, I thought the pace of these two teams was pretty much about equal, but right now it seems to me Paisas has picked up the pace a little bit, and maybe Alliance isn't quite as quick as they were. No penalty, play on. Two number 9s come down the right side.
Good job, Corey.
Well done by the defender to use his body and just get in the way of the OVF player.
Zavidze deals off on the left side, a shot wide to the left.
So Paisas is going to be a little frustrated. They beat the player in the box down at the other end and wanted to draw a penalty. Referee says, I'm not going to let the game be changed by a penalty, but it may have been, if he had not been in the box, it might have been a foul. But he opted to bypass that because it was pretty close, and sometimes referees don't want to change the face of the game on something like that. It's a bit of a judgment call. Personally, I would say if it's a foul, you call it. But when you have two players running shoulder to shoulder like that, there's a lot of room for judgment.
Exactly.
Here come four subs for OVF and 1 sub for Paisas.
Matt and Kosh is one of them. 29 is, I don't have that. 18 is Stuart Eichelman.
29 is Jose Gonzalez.
Right, okay. Well, I'm not sure. 2 of those subs went in. Here come the other 2.
Stuart Eichelman, number 18. Number 29, Jose Gonzalez. And number 10, Levin Zavidze. So that's the brother, I believe, of or family member of Timur Zavidze. So I think there is your water break.
Unusual for 4 players to be subbed all at once. Yeah,
very unusual. Very unusual to have this many subs. Typically 1 or 2, maybe 3 in a game. But given it's hot, given we're wearing masks, given you're into a tournament setting, you can understand the thinking of the coach Logan Hoffman.
Let me tell you about 2 of our great sponsors here in this semifinal action. One is Oregon Collision Center. We say thanks to Oregon Collision Center for supporting the Oregon Open Cup for the past 2 years. They're locally owned. They have trained, certified professionals operating in Forest Grove. Thank you, Carlos, and thank you, Oregon Collision Center. And our other great sponsor is Goal Soccer Bar. They're at 1739 Southeast Hawthorne in Portland. You can enjoy food, sports, drinks in comfortable indoor or outdoor settings. They're on the corner of Southeast 18th Street in Portland. So a very evenly matched game, Steve.
Yeah, back and forth. You've got Paisas, who chooses to play 1, 2, 3 passes and try and play behind the back line of OVF, and then you have OVF who's going more of a traditional approach. Is can we build through the line, spray the ball wide, and really play more of a possession style? I would say right now that possession is about 60-40 to OVF. OVF has created a number of chances. They haven't been rewarded yet, but getting momentum and confidence is Paisas. So this game is going back and forth.
I think at no score in this game, both teams have a little bit of confidence. Although I think that OVF, the Alliance, I think they thought they might have generated some offense by now.
Yeah, I think that they're a little disappointed that their style of play hasn't resulted in more opportunities. Having said that, this team at Puerto Paisas, they're tough. They tackle, they press the ball well, they track back on defense, they give you nothing, and they're not giving up any type of really free opportunities. You're going to really have to earn it with a beautiful pass, through ball, or some individual effort to break them down.
Each of these teams scored 5 goals last week, so Paisas scored 4 goals in regulation and converted all 5 PKs to win that match, but nothing on the board right now in this game.
No, I like that Paisas tries to find that ball over the top at every chance they can. They're not afraid to attack, and when you're going to catch at some point this back line off guard. But the sub that they made, bringing in the big man and the center back, he did a good job of filling some lanes. Looks like they're going back to something a little closer to the starting lineup or these subs that they've brought in. So with some new fresh players, get some fresh legs on and see if they can increase the tempo.
Well, I think we're well past the halfway mark in the second half. I think, got about 10 minutes left here in the first half. So we took the water break a little later than usual.
We'll check the unofficial clock. 1 second. What minute are we in?
Defensive mid.
So we're showing about 36.
Oh, okay.
So maybe
No, because we don't.
Maybe 9 minutes more left.
You're left back. Wandy, Enrique. Enrique attacking mid. Miguel, drop in the back with Ali. Moses, Kings and Brian. Same thing. Don't let him. Don't let him.
Alliance with the ball.
Yeah, same thing. Talk to them, Ali. Okay.
Going to get the ball over on the right wing.
Jump back. Jump back.
29 just came into the game. In front, a shot, oh, high.
wow.
Had a wide open look at the net.
So he gets a nice deflection off the defender, drops right in the right into the box for him, and the striker unfortunately doesn't have overhits it. I don't think he expected it, and the adrenaline kicked in. Oscar Rojas, I think he'd like another look at that one.
I think so too. Goalie kick out near midfield.
Go, Ali. Good job.
Paisas is doing a good job of filling the lanes in the back and the midfield, and this is why you see this sort of scrum effect that's happening with both teams. Is they're both saying, all right, games are won and lost in midfield. We're going to put numbers in there and see who wins. It's been a very tightly compact game and played through the midfield.
Paisas with the ball, left-footed shot, wide right.
So center back there chooses to sort of stand and instead of press the ball. That allows that player to prep the ball and to go ahead and get a shot. That was dangerous. Keeper from there, that close in, that's a very, very dangerous opportunity. But every time Paisas gets an opportunity, they start to show, you know, more energy, more confidence.
Alliance sends it forward. Goalie kick. Goalie's out.
One touch.
All right, play in front that time. The goalie was out. Rebound came down, but nobody could get to it for Alliance.
One touch.
Paisas with the ball.
Sub, ref. Ali. Ali. Go back. Ali.
Again, last week we had no re-entry on substitutions. This week it's free substitution, so players can come out and go back in.
Omar Dominguez just subs in.
Another name I recognize.
For Oscar Rojas. Looks like as if he's coming in as a center back.
In front, missed the header. Alliance had a shot that time, just missed on that, couldn't connect on the header.
So Kingsley, number 4, Amaz, is playing sort of, I think, too deep into his own midfield. He's got pace. He should be pressed up, giving depth to his team, especially if they're going to try and counterattack.
Play at midfield, back and forth.
Now let's see if Avery Whipple can settle the game, put his foot on the ball, start swinging the ball left and right.
There's a motion in front and a goal. Alliance finally with a goal.
The referee calls offsides.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No goal. Offside.
I believe he called number 15 offsides.
Wake up.
He looked like he was in a little early. When the ball is cut back, it's not offsides. When the ball is played sideways or forward and you're in offside position, you're offside. So it looked as if that ball might have been a forward pass.
It was close.
Very close.
Cover inside. Cover inside. Man on.
Back to Gabriel.
Great patience by Max Berner-Hayes. Just sort of plays through his keeper and says, let's start building again. That's the value of a center back. A center back that can settle the game, help you restart your possession.
Hayes number 3 for Alliance.
Come back, Enrique. Come back.
See if 10 stays on sides. He is.
He is onside. Here it is in front. A shot high.
So he's got 2 guys running in the back post. Maybe that ball comes back. It's a really tough angle, but when you're running full steam like that, if he roofs it in the top right, then everybody loves you. If you don't cut it back, everybody's...
Well, in the last minute now, Alliance has gotten forward twice and gotten 2 shots off.
Absolutely.
One offside, one high above the net, but still 2 shots.
Great job by Berner-Hayes, just jumping up, winning that header, locking it down, keeping his eye on Kingsley.
Behind the ball. Come on, turn, man on.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Danilo.
Alex Segovia fighting for the ball there, number 26.
Both teams, fighting, scrapping, trying to get a result. Both teams working hard this late in the half. Probably, I don't know, five minutes left in this half. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Our,
All
sound,
right,
our
okay.
sound expert keeping the unofficial clock tells us about 2 minutes.
Alvin Myers back there.
Come.
Gabriel sends it forward out on the right wing.
Man on.
Ball in front. Oh, tried for a shot. Nothing on it. Wide left anyway.
So Oscar Roja makes a great diagonal run across the back line. Ball comes through, he earns it, picks it off the defender, cuts a great ball back, and maybe that should have been hit first time. Maybe he plays it, helps it on to the left, but tries to get a shot off, just hits a weak ball. Good win by number 26, Alex Segovia. Here comes Alliance. See how they're building? They're just taking their time. They're letting the ball run and do the work. But I will say this about Paisas: they're very defensively patient. They're sitting in their line of pressure at the halfway mark and having success picking balls off and attacking on the counter. Got some very handy players technically.
Paisas. No score in this game. Second semifinal winner of this game gets PDX FC in the championship game.
You can really see that this game OVF is missing Tamir Zavitsi. I can't understand why he's on the bench. This guy's a threat. He's always hunting, and he needs time to find those seams and gaps. I'm not sure if the coach is just I think we'll see him in the second half. He's given some other guys a few minutes. It's a great ball again by Avery. Whipple deep into the corner. Nice long switch.
Whipple number 24. Oh, big collision, no foul.
Oh boy, they don't want to lose that guy. That's been their target man. Number 4 goes down. Kingsley Armagh.
He's still down, so let's see. Oh, he's going to get up.
Well, I think it was a late tackle. Whipple's trying to win the ball, but he ends up getting the man, and I'm surprised he doesn't get the call as well. But
okay, we've got this sorted out.
referee's going to give the ball to possession, I believe, was in white. He's going to give the ball to black and say, go ahead and send it back to the white and let's start the game.
Telling the defender to back up. It is white ball.
Yep.
Reverse the field over on the right. Alliance starts forward.
Savidzi on the ball. The Savidzi guy, he gets himself in a lot of good spots and gaps. He's got a natural instinct to find the ball. Just needs to be a little more efficient with it on his final pass, but I'm not sure if he's a brother or a family member, I would imagine, to Timur, maybe younger brother.
He doesn't have the power on the kick that his brother has.
Camilo, left shoulder! Tight! Again! Step, good! Come in backside! Yeah, back!
Paisas with the control over midfield. Alliance takes it right back. Coming in on the left wing and a little too far.
Paisas is just challenging for every ball, every loose ball. They're going 50-50. They're sliding. They're tackling, and credit to them. They're not giving any space or room for Alliance to play. Alliance is using their tactical ability to stretch the field and try and find gaps. They're going to be, Alliance is frustrated. They've not seen a team that puts this kind of energy into defending.
And that's the end. That's the end of the first half. The first half is over. Our score here in the second semifinal action, it is OFV Alliance nothing, Epuerto Paisas nothing. Steve, your thoughts about the first half?
First half, two good teams, both battling. Surprisingly, not taking a minute off. Every ball's been contested through the whole half. The question will be, can Logan Hoffman keep his group organized and keep building and patient to try and break this team down on one pass, maybe one opportunity. Whereas Puerto Paisas, can they keep running at this tempo where they're like I said just a minute ago, they're contesting every ball. I like the fact that Paisas is not afraid to attack. They're playing a very aggressive style. Plenty of guys forward. They're going at players. This game could go either way.
All right, while we got a chance here at halftime, I want to tell you about two upcoming events that are coming up here. And the first one is the PCFC Night of Champions fundraiser. Now, Portland Community Football Club, they have their annual fall fundraiser. It's called Night of Champions, and it will be all virtual this year. The main auction kicks off on September the 19th, and they've got some surprises in store, including a special guest appearance from a former World Cup champion. Head on over to pcfc.co and you'll get more of the details. And the second event that's coming up is the Northwest Futsal Derby. That is scheduled for August the 15th in Portland. It'll be the best futsal teams in Oregon and Washington. They'll square off in an outdoor setting to crown the regional champion. For more information, go to www.oregonsportsbeat/NWFD. All right, we're at halftime here, and there is no score. Does that surprise you?
It doesn't. I mean, these are two evenly matched teams. I think that the Alliance team, OVF Alliance, is very well organized. They're stretching the play. But when you have a team that defensively keeps their shape, as in Paisas, and is patient, I think that you're going to see one mistake, as I said at the start of the game, early in the game, one mistake is going to define the game as to who ends up getting the result. And then teams will come out of their shell once someone's established some momentum. Second half, I think a key is going to be, can Paisas Epuerto continue to run at this pace? Logan Hoffman subbed a number of guys for Alliance, and he rested players, whereas Paisas looks to me to be a little short on numbers and short on fitness. We'll see if they can keep that tempo. Soccer is a cruel mistress, as they say, and a goal could happen either way. The shots, I would say, are probably somewhere, if we were to keep a shot count, of somewhere around 12-8 on in the favor of Alliance. Possession, I would say, is somewhere around 55-60, 45, 40-45 to Paisas. But it's a great game nonetheless. There's been some great individual moments. I think you're going to see Timur Zavidzi come off the bench in the second half and a couple of their key starters, and maybe that shakes up things.
Do you think either one of these teams will have the idea to come out and get a quick goal?
I think everybody's trying to get a quick goal. I think Logan Hoffman's going to get after his guys and say, fellas, let's play through the lines quicker. Let's quit standing on the ball, and let's move to open spaces faster on our offensive restarts. When we win possession, we want to get wide quick and be available, and then let the ball do the work. And it's the first half. Compared to the first couple games that I've seen of OVF, they were a little slow on their build. Maybe they're getting tired as they go through the tournament, but I think we'll see fresh legs coming in with OVF. Maybe some of these crafty players with Paisas sneak one in.
All right, 45 minutes of action left to have. And I want to remind you again, if this game regulation ends in a tie or a draw, we'll go directly to penalty kicks. We did that once last week, and that resulted in a 5-4 advantage on penalty kicks. So you have to think 90 minutes of action, players are kind of tired, and then they got to start the PK right away. Although, I guess that's better than playing another 15 minutes or so. Sure.
It's when it's hot like this and you're on turf, probably the real ambient or the real temperature out on that turf is it's 80-82 here. It's probably more like 90-92 out on that field. That black rubber absorbs the heat and it just emanates like a sauna. But with masks on and both teams working very, very hard. There was neither team was conceding anything easy. They're both tackling. They're both trying to win every ball. Some teams will just stand off and watch. Both teams were playing a very high level of pressure. So can they keep that speed and that pressure in the second half? We'll see.
When they first came out with artificial surface, the AstroTurf or whatever,
right?
In the very beginning, a lot of that, the underlayment of that was tar, concrete, those kind of things, and it was very, very hot in those kind of situations. This with that pieces of rubber cut up there, it's not quite as hot, but it's warm.
So growing up in Portland, playing at Delta Park, which was just stone hard in the summer, or absolutely a giant puddles and 1 foot, 2 foot puddles that swallowed children in the wintertime in the rain. Then they switched and started putting at Civic Stadium. I actually played in a number of tournaments and games. That hard AstroTurf, which was...
I played on that in a celebrity softball game one time.
Yeah, it really sticky, really hard on the body because underneath was cement or tar or who knows what, because they just rolled it out. This new field turf is far more forgivable. For a soccer player, it's a lot more friendly on your touch. The ball bounces naturally.
Right.
The original AstroTurf would bounce like cement straight up in the air, and so you never really knew how to read it. Where this new field turf that keeps getting better and better, it plays like a really nice grass field. And if you live in the Northwest, grass is always the preferred place to play. But on a rainy day, this it just creates a better style of game, a more skilled game, and you can see it as players evolve. They've become generationally getting used to field turf. They become better players technically.
It's not cheap though. The high school in the area that I live recently replaced their field, and it was $750,000.
Yeah, you're looking at $750,000, and by the time you throw in lights, and if you do it right, you're $1.25 million to replace it. These have about a 10-year shelf life, so every 10 years you got to replace them. But the number of games and matches and wear and tear that they last, they just last forever. It's great.
You can play football, you can play soccer, you can play lacrosse, you can play game after game after game, which I see those teams doing.
Yeah, you get multi-use, and I'm a big fan of getting kids out and playing sports.
Exactly.
So here we go, second half. Looks like John Sarna's come back in. Tamir, as I said, has come back in. You're keeping your anchors in your midfield in Avery Whipple. Out on the wing for UVF is still Nick Ballinger. Backline number 2 is Brendan Hayes, and number 5.
All right, we're ready for second half action. No score in this game, the second semifinal. The winner gets PDX FC. I'm Dave Hall, along with Steve Storlie for Oregon Sports Beat. Thanks for joining us, and go to OregonSportsBeat.com and you'll find out a couple of things. One, where the rebroadcasts of these games will be, what channel they'll be on and what time they'll be on, and 2, when the championship match will be.
So out on the field for this half for Paisas is Kofi DeSau, Brian Tapia, who you know well, Joshin Jones, Nick Hetzel, Alex Sanchez, Moses Mannion, Kingsley Armagh, who thinks you're a danger man. We'll keep an eye out on him for possibly a goal. Franklin Corden, you've got Marcelo the Brazilian, Juan Martinez, and Miguel playing the number 10, Godinho at number 17.
All right, Zavidzi right in front of us.
Again.
Alliance moving from our right to our left this half. Paisas will move from our left to our right. Alliance in the white uniforms. Paisas in the black. No score, just underway. Whistle and a foul. Free kick coming up for Paisas.
So Camilo Avendano just getting his feet caught up with the other midfielder. No malicious intent. Referee gets the right call. They're dropping in, and there they play a deep, long ball, trying to break that back line of OVF. In this wind, with a 15-mile knots blowing against you, it's hard to hit that through ball over the top, even if you've got a hammer for a right leg. So interesting, they took Kingsley Armagh and threw him back in the back line instead of keeping him up top, and they're putting the Marcelo up top at the attacking spot, as well as
Did Kingsley come off in the first half? Was he?
He played the whole game, but they've got him, looks like, in a center back role now, and they've got Marcelo up in his spot attacking, the Brazilian.
Zavidzi on the left wing to the ball. And there's a shot, and another shot by Sarna, both shots. First one didn't go anywhere, second one was blocked.
Sarna's getting himself in some great spots. He's just, the ball's not bouncing his way, and it's sort of bouncing up around his knees and shins, and for a big guy like that, that's not where you want it. Right. You want it down at his feet or on his head. But he is, getting himself in a lot of good positions.
He's in the middle, and he's got Zavidzi on his left wing.
Exactly. Moses Mannon up top for Kingsley Armagh. We'll see if he can create some magic up there for Paisas.
Roman Gabriel stays in goal for Alliance.
Whipple does a quick start, swings it out.
Zavidzi moves to the middle this time with Sarna. They're both there in front of the net. Across, and there's the goal. Sarna with a goal.
No, I think that was Nick Ballinger gets that.
Okay.
Nick Ballinger gets that.
Ballinger got the goal.
Yeah, it's hard to read. They're both right there. But
Let's go!
Okay, that goal coming at 48 minutes. Ballinger on the goal. 1-0 lead now. Alliance, let's see. Ballinger is number 9.
Assist goes to Carlos Ray, who gets forward as a left back, and they were just patient. They got the ball sprayed wide, caught Paisas Paisas off balance. Nice cut back ball driven. Keeper couldn't really do much, and Ballinger sneaks in the back door. That's a pretty prototypical goal.
Wow, you know, they had Zavidzi, Ballinger, and Sarna all there in front of the net.
Yeah.
It's a potent combination.
Absolutely, especially when you've got your left back getting forward because there's no one really to track back and cover him. So
let's see if Paisas can come right back. There's a shot from way outside, and it's short right. Gabriel goes all the way out into the right corner.
yeah, Marcelo does the right thing. The ball drops down. It just bounces a little high above his knee. Can't get the strike off. And here we go. The referee plays on even though he's holding him.
Holding his arm significantly. In front, up in the air, and that's going to go way over the net.
There we go. We're taking control of the game.
1-0 lead for Alliance.
Good job, boys.
So Camilo sends a great ball through, and you know, again, there's Ballinger just running his buns off, trying to create something out of nothing.
Ballinger has been the difference here right now early on in the second half.
Yeah, he's got a great work ethic, and he's pressing, tracking, and you know, when you have strikers that move like that, something invariably pops up. Some ball will fly through. Look at his work ethic right here.
Wow, he stayed with that ball. He got knocked down, got up, still has the ball, sends it in the middle, knocked away.
That tenaciousness will, you know, results in goals. It results in opportunities.
Alliance, Zavidzi, back with the ball, sends it toward Sarna in the middle. Sarna back to Zavidzi, can't get to it on the outside. Down, no foul there.
So Zavidzi, the defender, right back, established position, and Zavidzi just tries to body him off the ball. And the referee gives him a free kick for playing from behind. Now we'll see. He's going to play long and direct, but if you look at the numbers, they've got 6-7 guys in that box. It's going to be hard to break through this.
Paisas. Nice movement on the ball. Sarna ahead to Zavidzi.
So Carlos Reyes is doing a good job of getting forward, but this is where he's left his space.
No foul here, but a foul over here.
Well, center back number 2 comes up, and Max Berner Hayes, and he does hammer the number 7, the striker, and Moses Mannon and that's what a center back does. It's okay to concede that foul there and get back, and now they've got numbers. You just don't want to do that on the top of your 18 or in the penalty spot because you give up a goal.
There's a ball wide to the left. Gabriel up in the air, comes down with it, tipped it up in the air, and then came down with it.
Yeah, great second effort. Way to stay with it. Goes for the quick counter. That might work.
Even matchup, 3-on-3. Zavidzi and Sarna are 2 of those back there. Paisas, though, comes up with the ball.
Nice skill by Paisas to play with 2 guys jumping at him and build out of there.
Glad we coached him, guys.
Ballinger on the wing. I'm sorry, I think that was Sarna that was over there.
Yeah, the big 7's on the ball. He's trying to be a target. I'd like to see Sarna find more of the middle of the field and anchor up on the center back and be more available when he can as a target.
Carlos Reyes over here on the left trying to get the ball. He does. He's going to send it back, though.
I like this Carlos Reyes. He wants the ball all the time. He's hungry. He's joining in. He's trying to join the attack.
And there's a foul. Or let's see. That's a foul, right? It wasn't offside.
So they're calling Nick Ballinger, number 9, for being offsides. Linesman's right on the call.
Okay.
And you've got again Ballinger making if you keep pressing that back line like that, sooner or later you're on sides and something good happens and you create an opportunity for your team. I think the referee might call a handball. Yep.
Sometimes errors of commission are better than errors of omission.
You know, I've refereed numerous games in state finals, and it happens when you're down on the field. In fairness to the referees, I always say to people who want to be, less than enthused with referees, go before you go critique these guys. Go do a match, and there's players moving all over the place, and just staying focused for 90 minutes at the ball is hard alone. But one misjudgment, which we're all human, can result in soccer. As we said, one goal changes the game. So I try to be thoughtful of them unless they make a blaring error, and I haven't seen too many referees that rescind their calls either.
Alliance almost in on goal and broken up. Zavidzi can't get a shot away. As a player and a coach, the referees weren't my favorite, but once I got in the broadcast booth and saw what they actually do, I have a new respect for them.
Yeah, like I said, everybody should put on the referee or umpire uniform once in their life, and they might change sort of their opinion, how hard their job is. I don't think this he's not changed the face of the game. He hasn't made any major errors or mistakes. The game's dictating what it should based on results, not miscues of the referee so far.
People say sometimes the best game is the one that you never say anything or see anything about the referee.
Exactly. They want you love a referee that's a silent observer. He's just controlling the game.
Right.
Some referees, unfortunately, do like to be the star of the show and get caught up in the drama themselves.
Zavidzi sends it back. The Lions will start forward. They lead 1-0. A goal that came in the 48th minute. That was by Ballinger. Forward, quickly. Can't get a shot away. Oh.
So again, a dangerous run by Ballinger, getting behind the defense, coming from the right wing, making that diagonal run across, just working, and he creates a chance for himself. It doesn't result in a goal, but fair play to his energy and effort. I would hate to defend a guy like that. I think if this result stands, he could.
I really like this setup. Zavidzi on the left wing, Sarn in the middle, Ballinger on the right wing. They all get forward, and they're all dangerous.
Yeah, Tamir's been pretty quiet compared to the last match I saw him. It could be the heat. It could be just, this team is a little more dynamic defensively than the last team because it was a blowout in the last game they played. But
as he comes forward on the left, he's not been able to turn in the corner very much, and he's had to dish off more in the middle.
Exactly. He's been under a lot more pressure, and really great players still find a way to be effective. I think we haven't seen the last of him yet. I think
there's a chip shot over the top. Paisas that time with a shot, but over the top of the net.
So Moses Mannon has a go himself. From that angle, you can score on a windy day.
Hey, let him have it.
Goldie comes out, scoops that up. Long kick forward. The Lions set to check a couple of players in. Stuart Eshelman I see down there.
So you could see they've lost a little bit of the pace and depth when they had Kingsley Armagh up there. He's a very skillful player. You can see as a big man he's dribbling right now. Now he's on the attack from a center back spot. They're definitely missing him as an offensive threat. Now here we go. The Brazilians on the ball.
Check D. You guys are not running? We're going to shove you guys. Dead ass.
All right, that kick was wide to the right.
Great effort by Kings Armada to single-handedly try to get forward. 3 players coming on.
18, 20, and 22. Zavitzi comes off.
So Stuart Eichelman, Matten Kashabin, and you said 22 is Lucas Mueller.
All right, those 3 subs on. Zavitzi's off.
Looks
Sarna is still there, and Ballinger is still there.
Looks like they're bringing on some younger guys.
There's a ball forward.
Oh, that's right in the stride of Sarna. Oh.
Just at the last second, headed away by Paisas, but Sarna was on that.
So if he had identified that a little sooner, he could have definitely gotten just a little late on the recognizing that through ball's on.
Sarna is what, 6'5"?
Yeah, and you're trying to beat the Kingsley Armagh, who's fast as the wind. Not easy.
Will that be a matchup between Sarna and Size next week?
If this yeah, I think Sarna is going to be playing higher. He'll actually be playing against Keller Storlie. And 6'2" versus 6'5" versus Saez will be matching up probably as a 6 if he stays in that spot. He'll be. So Avery Whipple, who sort of dictated the tempo in the last game and as well as this first half, is I'd like to see him find the ball more. He sort of evaporated, and he's. I think that if they're going to get a second goal, he's going to have to be engaged. It's a great touch.
Nice block that time. Alliance now comes forward with the ball. Across midfield.
Keep driving, we got numbers. Hey, Stu, you've got the numbers, let's keep driving.
Great job by Kingsley Armagh to sit in that lane and just win the ball. Armagh was open on the wing. I'm not sure why he tried to go across the field, but.
Go, Frankie.
Here we go.
Paisas with the ball.
Hey, Stu, you see him?
There's a high shot, way high.
Good ball deep into the midfield to Miguel, number 10, center midi. Doesn't result in a shot on goal, but good patience to identify and wait and hold the ball till he gets there.
Alliance.
There's Avery Whipple.
Whipple sends it forward, too far.
Let's go! Camilo, cover for Avery.
There's a shot, goes across the goal mouth, wide right.
Avery,
John.
Let's see 3 more subs coming into the game for Alliance.
So 30, Igor Hubenya. 15, Oscar Roja. Probably heading up top. Number 14, Tommy Case.
Yep.
Coming off is Sarna, Whipple.
Case plays at Seattle U. Hubenya, I mentioned earlier, he's from the Ukraine.
So I can understand why Logan Hoffman took those 2 guys off. They were sort of, fading and not finding the ball like they were in the first half. It's hot. They're getting tired.
Paisas down 1-0, looking for the equalizer.
Marcelo just misreads the wing play and unfortunately hits a touch to no one.
Roman Gabriel, the goal kick. Alliance with the ball. On the outside.
Good turn.
Comes, there it is in the middle, the shot, oh, wide open net, nobody there, in the middle, right on his foot, and he chipped it over the top of the net.
Stuart Eiselman will want that one back. On a platter, all he had to do was just keep his head down and pass it in. It had a little bounce on it, and sometimes that mishits your foot, and sadly, that could have been that's a very important, very, very important goal.
Stuart Eichelman at that time just chipped it over the top of the net.
Yeah, it was,
Hey! Yellow card! Use your cards!
Free kick coming up for Paisas.
Omar Dominguez on deck, looking to come in, and on the next restart, it looks as if. So this ball can curl in, and there's a big gap between the back line and the 18. The keeper's gonna have to come out and get it. There he is.
Roman Gabriel up in the air and gets that ball.
Oh boy, that's a
2-on-1.
great quick counter. He better stay on sides.
Gonna have to stay on side and knock away.
Wow, what a great ball by Roman Gabriel. A side volley like that puts them right on offense on the counter, catches them with one defender back. Great identification of him to see that, hey, this is on, and quickly release it. Great ball.
You can see that Alliance was trying hard to stay on side.
Well, in that case, you know, it was again, you know, the pressure of Nick Ballinger created that opportunity. It wasn't right on his foot. He just kept battling and poked it by the defender.
All right.
Go ahead.
Coming on? Jose!
Who you got there, Dave, coming in?
Jose, Omar, or Igor, go to right back.
Alex Segovia, number 26, and number 13 is, I'm not sure.
2013 is Omar Gonzalez.
Oh, that's it.
And Omar Dominguez,
Omar
excuse
Dominguez.
me.
Who I've seen before. I've also seen Alex Segovia before.
Looks like Omar's going to drop and play center back. Marcelo nutmegs the player just subbed on. He has a smile with it.
On the man. Double in turn.
Here comes the ball. Oh,
Push him in behind.
just a little bit off, or Steven had a catch there.
I probably headed it in, to be quite
Yeah, there
honest.
you go. He
Dave.
would have headed it.
I wouldn't have wasted that ball to me. If you only get one, you got to make something out of it.
Alliance in front. Can't get a shot away. Wow, long shot.
Yeah, Ballinger plays it in, plays a nice ball in. And, you know, the striker does a good job of setting it, prepping it. He just mishits it and hits it as hard as he can, and he's leaning back, and he sends it over the bar. But from that spot, nothing wrong with the shot.
1-0 our score. Alliance leads Paisas. Second semifinal action. Again, the winner gets PDX FC.
PDX FC in the final. Oscar Roja has a go, hits it somewhere into the parking lot. That could be in, I don't know what's south of us. Was it Medford or?
South of us would be headed towards Albany.
So that ball's somewhere in Albany. Keeper has to go
Right.
get it. I think he took a bus to get it. He'll be back soon. Here he comes.
All these initials for all these teams. I haven't seen so many initials since I was in the Air Force.
What time are we at? 68th minute. So we've got this. We're in the 68th minute. So my math tells me we got 22 minutes to go.
Yep.
A lot of time in soccer. A lot of the goals can still happen. It looks as if. Oh boy. It looks as if OVF Alliance is getting getting momentum. They're pressing. You start to see Paisas start to slow down.
Exactly. The pace of the game has changed
This
for
is
Paisas.
this is where possession takes over. Good ball to Ballinger.
Ballinger trying to get a kick
Oh,
away.
that's
He
trouble.
does. There it is, and a goal. There's the goal for Ballinger.
Well deserved. Just challenging in the mixer, making runs, finds a nice touch, fakes both center backs with a nice little dainty touch, and then tucks it in the bottom corner. Quality goal for a quality player.
2 second-half goals for Nick Ballinger, and that's our lead, 2-0.
Well deserved. You know,
I got to pick an MVP at the end of the game. He's the guy.
so far his work ethic has certainly demonstrated that. I'd like to see them get Kingsley Armand more involved. I think at this point you've got to throw him forward. There's no reason to put such a big target and talented player in the back. You got to get him out, let him be a target, start playing more direct, start playing through him.
Habenya. Igor with the ball. He'll take it back. 2-0 the lead for Alliance. Nice job by the goalie that time. He had a player right in on top of him.
So keeper change, if you notice, new keeper.
Ah, new keeper.
Yeah.
Certainly a taller one.
Worry about the ball
Yeah.
first.
I don't have a name on the keeper. Bit of a roster change, not certain, but did a good job to come out and identify that ball's trouble, punches it out. 2 subs in for Paisas, number 3 and number 5. 3 I have is Joshua Jones. Number 5 I have is Alex Sanchez from Madras. And credit to Epuerto, you know, to support 2 teams, to organize opportunities for players to play and invest in soccer, I think is great. You know,
Well, they started with 3 teams.
oh, did they have 3? Okay.
They started this tournament with 3 of the 8 teams. In front, goalie knocks it away.
From behind, sir. No? No, it's not from behind.
So I think sometimes you got to watch Igor Ibenya. He is always pressing, defending the ball. He's not always the prettiest player on the ball, but he's always around the ball. He's always attacking. He's always defending. And those little things is probably why Coach Logan Hoffman has him on, is because he works hard. He's out there, and sometimes you may not be the prettiest player, but you get things done. And
Alliance sends it back. Goalie Roman Gabriel.
so we're looking to find Igor Ibenya again, who's out there on the wing.
Ahead, goalie comes out, knocks it away.
There's Ballinger in the middle. What's he called there? Does he call a hand?
It's our ball. It's our ball. Should be our ball. We have possession. Hit the ref. Wait. White, it's ours.
Possession
Keep the
to
ball.
White to Alliance.
No, White, it's our ball. White, it's our ball. White, it's our ball. Just connect to pass. Connect to pass and play. Lucas, it's ours. Lucas, it's our drop ball. It's a new rule. If it hits the ref, it's ours. Hey, Mateen wider. Mateen wider. Lucas, right to Mateen.
All right, seems to be a rules interpretation going on, and not everybody is up on the rules,
So the rule that the coach is calling for is if the referee impedes the play,
which he did that time. It hit
whoever
him.
touched it or had it possession last, goes back to that team. Wow, that was a great hard tackle by Max Bernes. I mean, he just went straight through the ball and showed his presence. And Max Berner Hayes, and the referee calls him for a foul on that. Unlucky. I love to hear somebody tackle like that. That's the That's nothing but just 50-50, and he was the hammer, the other guy was the nail, and he gets called for it. Judgment call there on the ref, maybe trying to protect players, soften the tone of the game.
Alliance with the ball and the lead at 2-0.
So if you're Paisas here, you need to get one goal and create a.
Right, you can't spend all the game at midfield.
Right, you've got to take some risks. You got to.
Nice play, a little chip shot on the corner, and to wide left.
So there's Nick Ballinger again on the ball, throwing a cross in, finding space. We've got a water break, but just a ball that's a little too forward. Cut back a little more. That player on the wing would have a chance to maybe create something out of that. Tough angle for him to shoot from.
While we're on a water break, I want to tell you about our great sponsor, Oregon Collision Center. Thanks to Oregon Collision Center for sponsoring the Oregon Open Cup for the past 2 years. They're locally owned, trained, certified professionals operating in Forest Grove. Thank you to Carlos, and thank you, Oregon Collision Center. 2-0 our score. We're on a water break. What time are we at? So we got about 15 minutes left. Currently, Alliance leads 2-0. Winner of this game obviously gets PDX FC next week.
Yeah, I think you keep, you keep giving feeding Nick Ballinger. You keep spraying the ball around. You make sure that you're winning. Let the ball just do the work. If Logan Hoffman, he settles his guys down. He says, we have fresh legs, we have numbers. And as the game wears on, you're starting to see that the possession of OVF Alliance taking over, right? That the ball does the work.
The substitution pattern has worked better. For Alliance than it has for Paisas so far this game.
Yeah, Alliance is a group of guys who've never played together, but I will say, they're tenacious and they're aggressive. But sometimes when possession and good tactics can neutralize that, and that's what makes the difference. I think that you're now 2-0. The game's in hand. If they execute Logan Hoffman's strategy, is just let's continue to work and press and keep a high tempo and let the ball run fast. They'll be fine. Looks like they're bringing Avery Whipple in, back in and subbing off Lucas Mueller.
Whipple was the 2018 Gatorade High School Player of the Year.
So Whipple's an 0-1, so that would make him 21-ish, 2021, and Lucas Miller's coming off is just 18. So he's must be a freshman in high school, or senior in high school, freshman in college, somewhere in there.
I think so. Didn't we mention the youngest player? 2 players on the roster for Alliance are 18 years old.
So that's one of the things I've noticed about this Logan Hoffman in their group is they do have structure. They're trying to build something long-term. I like that they're giving younger players opportunities in tournaments like these and experiences, and that's how you play against men when you're younger like that. That's how you season as a player and just get better.
Play up. Reyes is 18 and Cisneros is 18. In the middle, on goal, can he get a shot away? There it is, and a goal. Goal for Alliance, 3-0.
So there's Stuart Eichelman. He redeems himself. He missed the one.
Hey, better response. That's better.
Eichelman with the goal, number 18.
And that's what the coach says. Better response. The first one he mishits the sitter that bounces right in front of him, and he responds with a nice goal.
That goal coming at 77.
At 77, the ball comes, and instead of panicking and crushing it, he's comfortable, and he finishes with patience in the right spot. Again,
and again, Ball in the middle. Goalie was out.
Ballinger does a good job to work to it, but Oscar Rojas started that last goal. If you watched him, he's been doing a lot of work. I think he's taking a little different approach than Sarna, which was being more of a target player. He's just working, and when you put 3 strikers up there, all pressing and working, you're gonna make life really hard. I think they're going to give the back line of if this result stands of PDX FC a lot of hard work, a tough time, and they've had Zavidzi on the bench, who's always a dangerous player. They've rested him a lot of the game. Here comes Ballinger again. See how he holds his line just right, pressing up as high as he can, but staying nice and wide. There's a great
in the middle.
Great ball, cuts it back.
Tried to get a kick there, couldn't. This is the other Zavidzi with a shot wide right.
Stop, sir.
So number 20, Martin, I think this through the roster change there, David. Matin comes out. Kashaban has a go. And again, he's a left back getting forwards, which is good. That's when you play a style like this where you're possession, you're trying to get your outside backs, you're trying to release those guys. We saw Carlos Ray do a good job of that the first half.
More substitutions. Eshelman actually comes off. Zavidzi goes back in now. Also back in number 10 and number 17. 17 is Osvaldo Ramirez.
So I like this. The game's in hand. You give Zavidzi another run. You take Nick Ballinger off, who's earned his spot on the bench. He's
Right,
very,
he's
very
off.
good.
Sarna is off.
Yeah, and you're saving those guys for the final. A well-deserved rest for Nick Ballinger, who's busted his buns the whole match. Giving some of these other guys minutes to build their confidence, build their fitness. Number 10 is Zavidzi's family member.
Well, this game started out looking to me like maybe it was going to be a 1-0 game. Now we're at 3-0, just on the play here as of late of Alliance, and mainly the quicker pace, getting forward, getting shots on goal. It's been a while since Paisas has been down here at this end.
Right, and that's what I was trying to insinuate at the beginning of the game is the team that possesses the ball tends to have more energy in the latter parts of the game. So that this is where, fitness, if you possess the ball and you might be a little more organized and fit team, you don't have to run as much, and fair play to Paisas, who's been busting their buns the whole match to press the game. You doing that for 90 minutes, I don't care who you are, it's very, very hard. The only team I've seen do that consistently happens to have an EPL trophy called Liverpool, and they run for 90 minutes.
Okay.
And Jurgen Klopp recruits guys that can go 90 minutes. They have engines, every player at every position, because he demands that. It's actually changed the game. A lot of people didn't think they could last a full Premier League, and they did.
This is coming from a player who's played internationally.
So I played in Northern Ireland in the dark ages many moons ago. When I came out, there was no MLS. The NASL had just folded. So I went over and played in the mud with studs in a very ugly style of soccer at Belfast, Northern Ireland during the height of
Wow.
terrorism problems. And it wasn't the most glorious soccer.
The battle wasn't on the pitch. It was getting there.
Yes, literally. There was not a lot of money in the game. And anyways, it was a wonderful experience. I made some great friends. And if you've ever been to Ireland, northern, north, southern, it's a magical country. Looks a lot like Oregon, actually. Very green. And
Zavidzi coming in on the side. Still there. There's a whistle and a foul. Be a free kick coming up for Alliance.
so Oscar Roja holds the bar there and gets sandwiched, and he's smart. He jumps so he doesn't get squished in the dual tackle that tries to take him out. Referee recognizes it. Now, this will be interesting. I want to see what Tamir, because this is his specialty. He loves to rip a ball from here. He'll get his 10 yards. He's going to ask for it. The referee's backing him up. However, from this angle, that's really a tough shot to score. So maybe we get some numbers in the box.
All right.
And
Savitsky with the free kick.
Keep your eye on Max Berner if he tries to lift one high. Keep your eye on number 30, Igor Hibenia. I think he's going to, his family member's going to set it for him. He's going to have a shot, and we're going to see if we can get a knockdown. There's that shot.
Exactly what you predicted happened.
Yeah. Good idea. He scores those.
A foul. Alliance with the ball and the lead, 3-0.
So the sun is setting on Paisas. Hard-working team that likes to attack. Notice they threw the big man in Kingsley Amra back up top, trying to use him as a target.
But you're getting into Morse channel.
You hold until he gets inside, right?
And you're seeing the game sort of evolve into just individual little pockets of play. A lot of guys standing and watching because they know this result's over. I think I'd love to see Paisas score one, and just to make this more of a tighter game than the result shows, because they did earn their 3 goals. Fair play, credit to Alliance, the OVF, but at the same time, I think there was a very, very valiant effort by.
Keep in mind, this was 0-0 at halftime.
Exactly. Tough, tenacious group in Paisas that just have created some chances. And I like that they are trying to play. Ooh, that's going to be a card. So he went through his legs, and that hurts. Not going to lie.
All right.
I think he's going to get up. But when you're doing step overs and you're dancing on the ball like that, people tackle you. And
20. Let's see.
That's Moses Mannion.
Let's see if he's going to issue him a card.
He deserves a yellow, that's for sure.
Referee is going to talk to the linesman for a second. The player is up, kind of hobbling off the field.
So if he went in and won the ball, that's one thing, but you can't go, see he's pointing his foot down, you can't go cleats up, and he definitely went in cleats up and got him. There's a yellow. That's the right call.
Yellow card.
It could, if
Igor!
and he's coming off.
We'll have another substitution. Headed into the game is number 6, and he's going to replace.
So Carlos Reyes comes on, drops back into left back. Number 30, Igor Hibanya goes off. 29 comes on in Jose Gonzalez. And it looks like we have a new younger center back maybe coming in, marking up, I can't get a number on him just yet, 6. And Sam Tweeten. He's not younger, but he is a big boy. Looks to be about $180, about 6'2", 3. Nice. Nice through ball, 26. Number Alex Segovia has a go, doesn't have luck, but good run nonetheless.
3-0 our score.
Get out of here with no goals against.
I heard the coach just yell, "Let's get out of here with no goals against us." They had a shutout last week.
So
I'm sorry, they won 5-1, not a shutout.
I'm over.
Moses Mannion hits the bench with a limp after getting tackled. Understandable. Good player. Technically very, very sound.
All right. Unofficially, we have about 2 minutes to go. Been a great day today. 2 semifinal actions. PDX FC won the first. Looks like Alliance will win this one 3-0. That'll set up our championship game here on Oregon Sports Beat. Go to OregonSportsBeat.com and you'll get the information about when that is and where it is.
Talk to him.
But we believe it'll be in the next week, correct?
Yes, it will be.
Don't let him out.
So this is at this point in the game, you want to see OVF Alliance, just keep the ball. Pass it so you don't get kicked, you don't get hurt.
They're going to send it off on the right wing.
Zavidzi on the wing. Settle it down and see if you can get across. And that's instead of getting kicked. Play it back. All right, good move.
Got his brother there right in front. Got him the ball. A kick. And wide to the right. Brother to brother.
Good touch and good effort. Nice strike by Tamir Zavidzi. Trying to pick out a corner.
And there's a whistle and a foul. Ball curving left. That may go out. Nope. Saved. And there's a collision. Whistle and a foul.
So the tempo is starting to slow. Results in really much in the bag, and the white team.
This is what
And
they call
UVF.
the dog days.
Yep, you're just trying to get the result. Play your position. Play simple. Not do too much. If your Paisas, you're trying to get one goal for pride, and
if you're Roman Gabriel, you're trying to get a clean sheet.
there you go. Get the shutout, which is deserved. He's done a good job in there, commanding the goal box.
Zavidzi heads towards the middle. Wide. Let's see if they get a shot towards the middle. Nope. Over the top, and that's going to go back in towards the middle. Alliance may still get a shot. Oh, goalie makes a great save. Caught the ball between his legs.
So that was a nice little 1-2 by the Zavidzis. I love the way that Timur Zavidzi makes that slashing diagonal run. It opens up space for
Right.
for
You know, he moves so effortlessly. People lose track of him.
exactly. That creates a nice lane for Carlos Reyes to fill in the back, and then they play a nice 1-2 touch, and the keeper makes a big save. Sad I don't have his name, but great reaction save to come out and close that, because that was a well-struck ball.
Well done, Jose. Omar, move our feet, Omar.
Paisas trying to get a late goal.
Line, establish our line. Good, break.
I think that's
it. That's the end of the game. Our final score here in the second semifinal of the Oregon Cup Classic at Capital City Soccer Complex. It is OVF Alliance 3, Paisas nothing. OVF Alliance will advance to the championship game against PDX FC. Steve, your thoughts?
Well, I think the right team won. They outpossessed tactically. They were better organized, and they utilized fresh legs and ran players, taking advantage of the sub rule. Created some nice goals. I think your man of the match is Nick Ballinger, just for pure work ethic. Always challenging, and then they have weapons. They're going to go in with. They should go in against PDX FC with confidence. They have a game plan. They'll try to execute it. I think they're going to run into a team that is also very similar, tactically organized, with lots of weapons, and it's going to be a great final matchup. Fair play to Puerto Paisas. Some very, very, very solid individual efforts by Moses Mannion right there, as well as I like the Brazilian who did a great job of just demonstrating some flair, not giving up. In Marcelo, I thought the referees did a great job. A nice day of soccer here, a little bit windy, but fair result nonetheless. It sets up for a great final. The two better teams have gone through into this final cup match.
3-0 our final score. All goals in the second half. Ballinger at the 48th minute, Ballinger again at the 68th minute, and Eshelman at the 77th minute for the 3-0 win. Again, this sets up the finals, and that'll be sometime next week. PDX FC and OVF Alliance. Go to OregonSportsBeat.com and you'll get the information about when and where that is. I want to also remind you, coming up here on Oregon Sports Beat, the Northwest Futsal Derby. That's the first annual Northwest Futsal Derby, August the 15th in Portland. The best futsal teams in Oregon and Washington square off in an outdoor setting to crown the regional champion. For more info, go to www.oregonsportsbeat/NWFD. Okay, Steve, final thought?
Yeah, as I said, there's two very good teams in the final. They both are very evenly matched with very technically sound players, tactically smart, and I think it's going to be probably the best match we've seen. I want to say a fair play to Paisas. They battled the whole game and didn't lay down. They were tied at half, but the talent, the structure, and to me the better tactics with a very disciplined team with Logan Hoffman in OVF Alliance showed its abilities later in the game, and like I said, it sets up for a great final. I think I look forward to watching it. I'm not going to make any predictions.
All right. Those great pictures and sound and everything you heard today, they're from our crew. Our director, Jim Thompson. Our audio is Alpha Myers. Our producer here at Oregon Sports Beat is Ryan Johnson. He's also the tournament director. I want to say thank you to my broadcast partner, Steve Storlie. Steve, thank you last week and thank you today. It's been great. I'm Dave Hall, on behalf of Oregon Sports Beat. I want to say thank you for joining us today from Salem, Oregon at the Capital City Soccer Complex. Our final scores in semifinal action. It was PDF beating Epuerto Peronis and OVF Alliance over Epuerto Paisas. So check on that at Oregon Sports Beat for the finals, and we'll see you then. Good afternoon, everybody.